Hey, my squad, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's check, make sure the notification went out and the sound is working, and I'll get into what I'm doing today. Okay, notification went out. And sound's working. Okay. Alrighty then. There we go. So, today I'm working on my Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is Bootstrap Betsy from Diamond Painting Shop. I'm working in where the parrot's wing is right here, right now. I'm doing this for Splish Splash Spring Bash, Rain to Rainbows, Diamonds in the Rough, the Asian Year event, I know there's a couple others, but I cannot remember them off the top of my head right now. I don't have my notes with me. But what is everybody working on? What events are you doing? Are planning on doing? Oh, sorry guys, I just had a brain blank for a minute. So let's see. I know I just had a video go out the other day. It was a topic video. I actually need to film a couple more of those today. And get them done. Today might not be a very long live. I don't know. I'm just really sleepy for some reason today. But I'm pushing forward and making myself get stuff done. The guinea pig over there. Sorry if you hear noise in the background, guys. They're trying to tell me they're out of hay when they're really not. They still have some, so, but they're trying to tell me they want more. Okay, I think that is all of the triangles. Oh no, let's see two more. But so yeah, I got some videos of I need to film to come out. Some topic videos, which I will, like I say, I will get them filmed here soon and get them out. Crossing my fingers, hopefully here in the next few days, I'll know if I made my threshold for my first payment, which I think I should have made it, but it's just not registering yet. And it's, yeah, it's driving me insane that it's not posted yet, updated. It should have updated yesterday, but I don't know why it didn't. I don't know. But anywho, it's just a waiting game right now. Excuse me. I did not mean to yawn. But hopefully it'll update soon and I'll know if I'll be getting a payment this month or not. I could use it. I know I won't get it till towards the end of the month, but I could still use it. See, I ain't got much going on right now. Just working on canvas. And it feels strange. I only have the one canvas going right now. I'm at the point I'm almost ready to kit up another canvas and work on it as well. But I don't know. It was neat to do the research and find out that, parrots are, you know, a, almost like a prized bird in some Asian cultures, and that in Japanese, parrot translates it waku, I believe is how it's said, translates to Japanese pirate, which was pretty neat. And they actually rated, different areas in the Asian areas and stuff. So I was it. I covered that in one of my last videos, my last live streams about Asia. The tie of the two. Let's see. I've also done research on a couple other canvases. I have, the image, one, roses and dragons. I've done, the research for that. And I think a couple others. It was really interesting to sit down and research, things in how they tie into Asian culture. But yeah, so that was pretty fun. I still have a couple others I want to research and see how they tie into culture as well, or if they tie in at all. But when you get looking up things and you get going down that rabbit hole, and you just find all kinds of neat information. Plus, she looks like the pirate here, you know, and all. She looks like she's sitting on a South Pacific island, like a Polynesian island. You know, an Asian, you know, she's stranded on an Asian island. Because she looks like there's mountain, you know, like a mountain in the background. And there's actually, I just realized, did not see it until now. There is a pirate ship right there. And then there's pearl. She's got the pearls, and the bird's holding pearls. I'm going to research pearls. Hey, Robbie. How are you? Long time no see. Just getting off work. Just working on a Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's called Bootstrap Betsy. I got this tied to so many different events. And that's what I try to do when I do a canvas. I try to tie the same canvas to more than one event. Oh, that's good, Robbie. I'm doing pretty good myself. But I try to tie, you know, if I'm doing a couple different events, I try to tie this at least the same canvas to at least 2 events, if not more. I know that that can't be done all the time. There are some times where, you know, it's not going to work for more than one event, but most of the time, my canvases will work for more than one event. Like I got this one for doing this one for Diamonds in the Rough, you know, because parrots are pets. I'm doing it for Splish Splash Spring Bash because she's on a, you know, an island beach, and colorful parrot. Rain to Rainbows, I'm doing the same thing, you know, the colorful parrot. And then for the Asian year-long event, there were Japanese pirates, you know, and parrots have a standing in the Asian culture. So I can use this for April progress for that event if I need to. But I may still pull out. I have a little canvas that I've been wanting to do, that I may pull out. Not sure yet. But it is what it is, you know. We do what we do. We love what we do. You know, so, but I'm not doing as many um, events and stuff as I used to. It's just a lot of them. I just didn't have canvas either. I didn't have the canvas for it, or it's just you have to jump through so many freaking hoops to join the event. I understand events have to have rules. You know, there have to be rules, but some take it to the extreme with the rules. You know, um, some just take it a little too extreme. Some of them just let the power, you know, take over. So I've been started, I have my list of the ones that I like to do, and I have canvases for all those events. Um, but I've actually left some groups, and because I didn't feel welcome. It was like I would post a question, and my questions would be, never be answered. Nobody would even acknowledging my questions. So I turned around and just left the group because I didn't feel welcome. Um, Now I am guilty right now of being a little MIA from places, but uh, that's just the me thing right now. I've had a lot going on, so I've not been home a lot. Um, been on the go, but if I don't feel welcome in a group, I'm not going to stay. Um, and I'm not going to participate. If my questions are going on, unanswered and all, and they're legitimate questions, that they're just not answering, and I'm like, an admin had to see my question, and then there's the groups where the admin has to approve your post, and my posts never get approved. I'm like, why? But yeah, so that's my stance there. I know where I feel welcome, and they're the groups that I'm still part of, and things like that. But then you got the ones out there that it's like they're like a high school clique. This if this one's not friend with that one, you can't be a friend with this one. And like, what is this, kindergarten? But I digress. So, but so I've whittled it down to, a few places that I hang in. I need to make it over to Debbie and Judy's live this weekend. Oh, as I'm home. Past few Saturdays, I've not been home, or I've had other things going on. So hopefully this weekend I will be able to make their live stream. But anyway, let's see what else. Like I say, I'll be filming some more videos to go up. I do have community poll questions going out on my community tab, or posts, whatever YouTube is calling these days. And they're just fun little YouTube questions, or diamond painting questions, which you can answer if you feel up to it. Just little conversation starting questions is all they are. I need to get over there and answer them myself, and then pin my comment to the top, but oh, get away from me, fly. Yeah. I've had, a lot of errands and things going on, and this is starting to be the time of year where we'll start having things going on around my town. So I'll be a little MIA sometimes. Because next month, I know we have our Soft Shell Festival. So I think me and Mom are going to go to that, weather permitting. It's just crazy. So much to do, but so little time. So little time to do everything that you want to do in a day. But anyway, so I try to get as much done as I can. You know, I try to plan out my days, you know, ahead of time, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes, no matter how much planning you do, life throws monkey wrenches at you, and you have to rearrange everything all over again. You know, so. So I'm at the point now. I'm just a fly by the seat of my pants. You know, I mean, I plan some, but I also plan that, you know, things could go totally not the way I want them, and you know, I have to have a plan B. Sometimes you have to have a plan C and D also. But in the end, it all works out somehow. Don't know how, but somehow in the end, it all comes together and works out. uh, and you sit there and you're like, how? But so no, let's see. I don't have much going on in my real life, but YouTube wise, I should have some more videos coming soon. Not just topic videos that I found, and um, I need to get back into doing time lapses again. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. About doing time lapses again. I don't know. That one is one I gotta really think about. So, it's a little bit more filming that goes into doing that than it does just filming a what we call a talking head video. So I need to really sit and think about that one. And I'm not sure if I'm bringing coloring back or not. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that either. But other than that, there really isn't much going on with the channel other than my lives, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. His wing is starting to come out. I'm really liking that. But so I'll be live Thursday. Be working on this canvas again, unless I decide to kit up the other canvas I was thinking about. It's just a little small canvas, so I don't know. Depends on just depends on what I want to really, if I want to really add another one into the mix right now. I know when I kitted this one up, I had problem with static some fears. And drove me so insane kidding up. Oh my gosh. I wound up only kidding up half. I'm not talking to you. No. I wound up stopping the, kid up during the video because the static was so bad. I wound up having to put dryer sheets in and let it sit for a while, and then I kitted it up late, about an hour or two later. It was freaking crazy, the static. It is what it is. And I do notice, though, a lot of times when a kit does have static, when you get it, it is a lot of the darker colored drills that have the most static. It's weird. But we work it out, We may cuss a little bit and, fuss and fume about it, but in the end, we don't let it win. We don't let static win. Let's see. Okay, we've been live for about half an hour. Okay. I'm going to try to do at least an hour. If not, excuse me, a little bit over an hour. And I slept pretty good today. I slept till 11. I don't understand why I'm so sleepy. Right. I done forgot what I was going to say, y'all. But anywho, it'll come back to me eventually, what I was thinking about. Oh, I hate that, though. You'll be laying there trying to go to sleep and you'll get ideas and you're like, okay, do I get up and do these ideas or do I just write, make sure I write them down? But all these. Okay, I think I got them all. But watch, I'll put the color away, and then poof, there pops up a couple. Never fails when you're, diamond painting. You think you got all the symbol, and then all of a sudden, okay, where did you come from? I didn't see you a minute ago. Oh, excuse me. I got hiccups. Oh. Oh. Some of these don't need a lot of color on the board, on the canvas in this section, so I just pick them out of the tray, the little Elizabeth Ward's container. If I can, because some of the bigger containers, your pin doesn't fit down in, so. We make it work. We make what you need work. Just got a few more little colors sprinkled through here, and then it'll be a lot of color blocking of the one symbol. Sorry I'm quiet, guys. Just, I don't have a lot to say today. And I really didn't prepare a topic for today, so. Oh, but anywho. I actually think I'm not going to have enough of this color. And I don't have any more of that in my spares. See something real quick. There. And then all right there. I may have enough, I don't know. If not, I'll change that. I can always change that too. I think I have 209 AB, so. But anyway. I'll know here as soon as I finish this section if I'm going to have enough of that for the number 5. Nah, I'm going to have to figure something else out. That's the only problem, is you always have a fear of not having enough of one color. Hey, Jacqueline Diamonds, how are you? What you working on? I'm working on Bootstrap Betsy from Diamond Painting Shop. This is a Jasmine Beckett Griffith, or JBG. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't have a canvas from them yet. I want to get one from them eventually. I just haven't found the one that I want yet, the one that speaks to me. But yeah, I've seen some of their canvases, but I haven't found one that, like I say, speaks to me and it's like, yeah, that's the one I want. But I've had that happen with a couple canvases before. Yeah, that's why I have one of the grinders, or I take an old pill bottle with a nickel or in it, and put them in the pill bottle with the nickel and shake them. Um, the only problem with that is you get a lot of, like dust, kind of. So my only problem with this one is I'm like, don't think I'm gonna have enough of one color. Um, but I have a plan, so. But anyway. Yeah, I hate when that happens though, when the drills are stuck together like that. Sometimes they're easy to get apart, and sometimes some of them won't come apart. Yeah, I have videos. I don't expect anybody to go back and watch any of my live streams. Um, but I do have videos on my channel. So, but because some of my live streams are anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe 4 or more hours. So I don't expect somebody to go back and sit through an hour or 2 hour live. But I do have content videos on my channel, so I have playlists. So that makes it a little easier. Yeah, not some of my live streams though are boring. Believe it or not, because a lot of times it's just me. Um, when I do my live stream, I'm just so a lot of times it'll go. You'll just hear my background noises. Because I'm the only one here. Um, you know, and it's kind of hard to talk to yourself, really. So a lot of times I just sit here and I diamond paint. So, um, and then I'll occasionally may say something or whatever, but like I say, most of the time I'm the only one in my lives. So, and I just realized my camera cut off. See, I'll get zoned out and don't realize stuff. No, not really. I mean, we have 2 cats. They're both sound asleep. Guinea pigs sound asleep. My pets are boring. Believe me, they they don't do stuff when the camera's on. They only do stuff when the camera's off. I am in Maryland. I'm actually 4.5 hours, about well, yeah, about 4.5 hours southeast of DC. Um, I'm an hour south of Ocean City, Maryland. Yeah, I'm an East Coast girl. Um, I'm an hour from the Atlantic Ocean in two different directions. You go to Virginia to Chicatig, you know, I'm an hour from there, and then I'm an hour from Ocean City. Nope, I can't afford to go to any of them. They're too expensive. Yeah. Plus, I don't have transportation either. I would love to go to one, but I can't afford it. It's, it's expensive. But I would have to win the lottery to do something like that. Because what it costs just to book one of the spots for a retreat. Well, yeah, what it costs to book the spot for one of the for a retreat is basically a little more than what we pay for rent here where we live, me and my mom. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's only not even that, but a couple hours from me, but still. Um, it's one, having the transportation there, and two, having the money to afford, um, you know, to even go. And you know, from my standpoint, it's not feasible. Financially, it's not, feasible for me. Now, say if it was in like Ocean City, Maryland, or Salisbury, Maryland, somewhere like that, yeah, it would be easy for me to get there. Be feasible. Because technically, I wouldn't even have to actually, I could just use the commuter. Plus, I have family up that way too. So. Oh, it must be a truck leaving from the paintbrush factory. Yeah, I have a Sherman Williams paintbrush factory in my backyard, so. But anywho. But anyway, yeah, so. Yeah, that's the only reason I don't go to retreats, because they're, you know, I can't afford to pay to go to one. Um, it's just a lot of money out of pocket, you know. And then if it doesn't include hotel, stay and all that, and you got that fee on you as well, and if you have to cover your own food costs. So, yeah, that's just a lot of money, you know. A lot of money I don't have. See, I don't have anybody that can help me like that. You know. It would be nice if I did have somebody like that, but I don't have anybody like that. See, with me and Mom, we live month to month with when we get our monies. So a lot of times we have to plan things, try to plan things in advance and know the exact cost so we know if we can afford it or not. And like I said, most of these retreats are like, if not the same amount we pay for rent, they're double what we pay for rent. And being on fixed income, yeah. A lot of times after bills, I'm lucky if I've got $10, $15 to my name. I know the area they're doing that Virginia retreat in is beautiful, though. It is a beautiful area. Yeah, it's bad though when you don't have when you don't get a whole lot either on the income you are on. So we usually have basically just enough to cover our bills and a few other things that we need. But like I said, maybe one of these days I'll win the lottery. uh, it's hard living on a fixed income though sometimes because you want to do. There's things you want to do, but you can't because your money's already spoken for before you even get it. But I'm also the type too. If I can't afford it, then that means I don't need it at this point. When I can afford it is when I do need whatever it is. But yeah, so oh, excuse me. I don't know why I am so sleepy today. I hear one of the guinea pigs awake over there chewing. They'll usually wake up, chew on their one of their houses a little bit, and go back to sleep. Oh, they're cutie patooties though. So we're on the last color for this section. We're just over an hour. Um, which I said I wanted to try to do at least over an hour live stream today. Sometimes I go longer. Sometimes, it just all depends on how I'm feeling. And I see a plus sign on this. That's peanut chewing. Because Corona's in the food dish. The life of guinea pigs. They're my babies, though. This Christmas will be a year that I've had them. So. I know you know, what is her screen? J Rob, DP Addiction Adventures. She was doing an event called I Am Enough. Which I think that's next month actually. And I used to do product testing on my channel. way back. And I had gotten a couple diamond paintings in the mail to test out. And I only had to do one of them. I did that one. And then I tossed the other two in a box. For, I totally forgot about them. So at the time that she did her event, you could do any kind of craft. So I was doing polymer clay and resin back then. And I needed to go look for something that from a polymer clay. I had to come across the diamond paintings. So I wound up doing the deer with it was from Amazon. It was deer with some flowers. And I single placed that whole canvas in 2 weeks time with, well, it was longer then, but with this wax pencil right here. I single placed the whole canvas because I kept breaking the tips, the plastic pig pen tips. I kept breaking those tips. The brass piece, I kept breaking them all and all. So I wound up getting a wax pencil and just single placing the whole thing. I was not keen on multi-placing then. But as time grew, I got better with multi-placing, and now, I mean, I can use all the way up to an 8-placer, but my favorites are the 4 or the 5-placer. I'll use a 6-placer sometimes too. But my favorites are the 4 and the 5. And of course, my desktop is restarting itself. Why is it my technology wants to go crazy today? Oh. But yeah, so, and I was hooked from there. I was actually, I got hooked on diamond painting from there on. And diamond painting is the only craft I have stuck with more than over a year. See, because that was that's at 20. That was either 2022 or 2023. I think it was 22. So I'm coming up on been diamond painting for almost 6 years. I think. Wait a minute. No, this will be 4 years. Next May will be 5 years. I couldn't math right now. But yeah, so that's how I got into diamond painting. Yeah, mine would have been May of 20. I want to say it was 2022. I'd have to go back and look. I'd have to go back and look. Because I save all my my pictures would have been all saved on my Facebook. So And I may have done a YouTube short of when I finished that canvas as well. But yeah, so we're finishing up this section, and then I may start the next section. I don't know. I'm a little worried because I don't think I'm gonna have enough of one color to finish off in this next. I know in the section that it's in. I know it's down in here, some of it, but I have a plan of using a different color. Um, Believe it or not, I had my 1,000 I started my channel in 2015. I had my 1,000 subs by 2017. It was just the watch hours that I had trouble getting. But back when I got my 1,000 subs, it was before YouTube it was just changing it that you used to have 1,000 subs and I think it was 10,000 views. And I had the views and I had the subs, but I almost had the views and the subs at that point. And then they changed it that you needed 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. But that was back in 2016, 17-ish. But when I was doing product testing, and I used to do a thing called Redneck Word of the Day. Plus, I was hanging out with a different crowd back then. And once a lot of them got monetized, they forgot who helped get them to where they were, but they forgot about the little people, which me, I'm not that way. I might be monetized, but I've not changed my channel in any capacity. But yeah, so it wasn't back then. I was getting a lot of people in my live streams, but I was going live like every day, and it got to a point where I had to quit that. It was really taking a toll on me. And I guess that's where a lot of people, just decided, they're still subscribed, but they just don't come to my lives and stuff like that. And a lot of them aren't even, they still have their channels are still there, but they don't, um, you don't see them. They don't do nothing with their channel anymore. Once TikTok came around, a lot of people left and went over to TikTok, thinking it was a lot easier, to get monetized and all that stuff, but it's not. TikTok is harder than YouTube. I think, I just got TikTok as for fun. I go watch videos over there, you know. I have a lot of videos I like to watch over there. Um, it's like, you know, I use it to unwind and, you know, at the end of the day and decompress. And, uh, you know, so. Trying to get my chat pulled back up on my desktop so I could see it better than on the little phone screen. But yeah, so you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, TikTok's cool, but it's just not a platform for me to do my content. You know, and I'm like here on YouTube. If I'm the only one that sits here in my chat and I'm the only one, you know, talking to myself or whatever, oh well. I'm pretty much use you know, my live streams and all that, like video diaries of canvases I'm working on, you know. Um, it's a way that I can go back and look and see, oh, this is how, you know, how this progressed, you know. So. I don't really use, well, Twitter ain't even Twitter anymore. It's called X now. Um, I don't really use Twitter. Facebook, I just post, you know, pretty much that, you know, when I'm going live and stuff like that, or share my pictures or whatever. And like I say, TikTok, I just got it because I like watching some different content creators over there, especially the funny animals and stuff. But yeah, you can go live over there on TikTok and stuff like that. But They're a lot stricter with what you say in your live streams and stuff too. I mean, to the point, cussing and all that, they're a lot stricter on. With YouTube, it's just best not to cuss in the first 7 seconds of your video, and not excessive cussing. I mean, an occasional cuss word here and there, it's no big deal. YouTube, I mean, TikTok's also, I don't know. I find that their interface isn't as user friendly as some of the other platforms. Yeah, YouTube can be a learning curve. Um, but once you do get the hang of it, now see, I use StreamYards to go live with, so I don't use the YouTube Studio to go live. But once you do get the hang of it, then it's easy. It's easy from there. Mm. But it's just getting the hang of, you know, doing the different tasks and stuff that you want. Like, when you're setting up your live, you're putting in your title and your thumbnail and all that. But once you get the hang of that, then uploading a video or going live is pretty easy. That's what I did for the longest time too. Was I only did videos, um, and then once I did my first live, um, you know, when I did my first live, that was back when we could still use what was that program? Hangouts, Google Hangouts. You could use that to go live with, um, but um, but I was also used to doing, being in a chat program where, I was on video and mic and all that, in that chat program. So when I did do my first live, it was nothing for me because I had been in that scenario before. So, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes like old hat. Um, You know, you get into what they call muscle memory, and you know, you go with the flow. You know, and what I tell people is when you do go to do your first live, um, think of it as you're sitting there chatting on the phone with a friend. You know, they're chatting to you in the chat. Um, you know, typing to you in the chat, but you know, just think of it as you two sitting there having a conversation, you know, over text message or um, over the over the phone. That's how I've always looked at it. Almost finished this section. Oh yeah, true. Not everybody is comfortable with doing a live stream, so. But you can also do like you could record a longer video, like it would be a lot like you were doing a live stream or whatever, and you can do what's called a premiere. So it's not you've pre-recorded the video, and then you upload it and do it as a premiere, which means that you can be in the chat along with as people are watching it. The chat is live, but the video is actually pre-recorded. I know a lot of people use that, will do that as well. I've not done a premiere yet. I don't know. It is what it is. It is. I'm more comfortable with doing live streams because I used to be on on Yahoo when Yahoo had their chat program, where you could go into chat rooms. And um, then I was on another chat program um, with voice and video. So the only differences with them is that you could hear the other people. So we're here. You all can only hear me. I can't hear you guys because you guys are in the chat typing. It's the only difference between those two programs. Okay, so we've done this section. Oh, yeah, true. Well, I think that's why a lot of people don't do the premieres is because, for one, even if you do have a lot of subs, not, with the different time zones and everything, not everybody can always make a live stream or a premiere. That's why there's the hashtag replay. So. So we got the wing done. So let's go ahead and move this. I'm a little on the edge because I don't think I'm having enough of this one color. And I don't have that color in my, well, I do have it in ABs in my stores, I believe. Let me check. Oh, and my camera kicked out again. Yay. Said no one. Oh, that's because my tablet. Okay. Okay, that's because my tablet cut itself off. Okay, that's because my tablet died. I guess that's where I'm ending the live today, I guess. Because my tablet died. And it was plugged in. Alrighty then. Gotta love technology. Gotta love technology. Alright guys, so I guess that's where I'm going to go ahead and end for the day. I will be live again on Thursday, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how far I'll be on her. Only because it just depends on how much I work on her between now and Thursday. Trying to get my special in case I need out of there, because for some reason I'm thinking there's not enough of this one color. And of course, I don't even have AB209, I have AB210, which 210, or it's not AB2, it's 209. 210 would probably work. I think I have it in Pixie. Twinkle dust, actually. Yeah, and I only have it in 210 and 28. Alright, so if I need to, I can use there. Don't think I have anything in my other sprayers. Okay. So I have options. Alright, y'all. I will catch everybody in the next live. Later, guys.